Alright, a lot of you guys are probably watching last week's video wondering if I was going to put some kind of a cross brace underneath here to help stabilize this. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, getting my table saw set up. And I'll go ahead and make some cuts out of that last board that I have that matches this. I'll use that for the underneath cross brace. Alright, so the board is about 7 1/4 inches wide. That's cutting it awful close when you take into consideration the curve of my table saw blade. So I could go 1 3/4 and still get 4 boards out of this, but that's if I have a really thin curve. And I don't want to take that chance, so I'm going to go 1 5/8 on each board. Alright, I got my 4 boards cut. And that's what I had left over. So I don't think I would have had enough space to get 4 1 3/4 boards, so 1 5/8 is good enough. So I think it was a good decision. Okay, the weakest point on each or on this tabletop are each of the seams. So the tabletop would have a tendency to flex in this direction. So by adding these cross supports underneath, that's going to stiffen it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around the outside edge with that. And then I'll trim it off so that it has the rounded corners like it does now. But that'll do 2 things. One, it'll stiffen it up, and it'll make it look as if it's a lot thicker than it is. So it'll look better and it'll be stronger. And I had the 1 board left over, so I didn't have to purchase any additional lumber. Alright, I've got those drag clamped around the edge, and you can kind of see what that's going to look like. Really stiffens it up on the ends, keeps it from going like this at the seams, and then do it on the other sides just so that it matches all the way around, more for decoration than anything. Doesn't really add a whole lot of stability on those edges. But that's what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and get those glued up, and then we'll unclamp it in the morning and see how it looks. Put my glue on here, so let me spread that out so you can get nice good adhesion all the way around. Alright, all the boards are cut, glued, and clamped in place. And I did add a couple of brad nails just to help hold it in place between the clamps. So we'll let that dry overnight, then we'll unclamp it in the morning. what I was doing was using a wire brush to knock off any of the raised parts of the resin that was burnt. I want to get that off, and it also kind of blends it in a little bit. Now I'll just wipe it down with a damp cloth and apply the aged wheat stain to it. So what I'm doing is I'm applying this and then I'm rubbing it in enough so that you can actually see the grain come through. And I'm trying to blend it in with the side over here that actually still has patina on it. All right, let me apply a final coat of poly, and then we'll call this done. Deliver it to the customer. All right, as soon as this dries, it's time to make a delivery. Okay, so here's the new shop in the container village. They're not quite ready to open yet. That's why you see a few things laying around outside the door. Um, Here you can see the table in place, and he had an old crate, and you just place the tabletop on top, and that's what he's going to go with. And that'll be a setting for people inside to sit and enjoy their coffee and danishes. So that's it for this week. I'll talk to you guys later.